Thank you very much indeed. Hello, good evening, and welcome. Hello, good evening, and welcome. Hello, good evening, and welcome.
He was one of the first people to become famous just for being on television. His catchphrase even made the Dictionary of Quotations. Fresh out of Cambridge, he fronted That Was the Week That Was, a groundbreaking satirical show.
It reads, Civil Defence. The man who hands you this card is an air raid warden. Do not be alarmed, lie down and do exactly as he tells you.
That was the week that was.
The show made Frost's name. He was young, clever, cocky, everything the older generation hated. For the next few years, he alternated as a satirist and a serious interviewer. He and a studio audience grilled the fraudster, Emil Savundra.
By selling out, I have no legal responsibility and no moral responsibility.
No moral. You have total moral responsibility for all these people.
This, too, was groundbreaking stuff. They called it trial by television. He became a globe-trotting playboy, crisscrossing the Atlantic.
Will you welcome, please, Mr. Truman Capote? Former Vice President Hubert Humphrey.
He presented a show 5 nights a week in America, as well as once a week in Britain. His reputation was sealed in 1977 when he interviewed Richard Nixon about his career and about Watergate.
So that is obstruction of justice?
Now, just a moment.
Period.
That's your conclusion.
It is.
But now let's look at the facts.
After hours of grilling, he finally coaxed an admission out of the disgraced president.
I let down my friends. I let down the country.
The interviews became a hit play and film in which Frost was played by Michael Sheen.
Nixon thought that he wasn't going to be this heavyweight interviewer. It was going to be something where he could put across his point of view and set the record straight and change his image after the whole Watergate scandal. And it didn't turn out like that because you underestimate David Frost at your peril.
Later, David Frost helped launch TVAM, one of its famous 5 presenters.
Hello, good morning, and welcome to TVAM.
The launch was a fiasco. He presented ITV's Through the Keyhole.
The show that delves in the shelves, looks at the books, and explores in the drawers of the noted and noteworthy. What did you make of the way...
Frost, the formidable interrogator, was becoming Frost, the collector of celebrities. He could still be persistent, as when quizzing Mrs. Thatcher about the sinking of the Belgrano in the Falklands War.
I mean, the fact that it was going in a completely different direction, it wasn't, as he said, closing in.
Do you know, ships do zigzag.
Yeah, but it didn't zigzag.
But ships do change direction.
Yeah, but it
that
didn't.
ship
Did it?
change direction.
On that day, when the government said it changed direction many times, it only changed direction once to go back home and a 10-degree difference to get closer to Argentina.
A ship is torpedoed.
And he could still wrong-foot interviewees with a deceptively simple question.
Do you pray together?
Pray together? How do you mean?
Do you say prayers together for peace? You and the President?
Well, we don't say prayers together, no, but I'm sure he, in his way, hopes for peace, and I hope for peace too.
And in terms...
He was able to get answers out of people that nobody else could get, and he got them by a lifetime of application and thought about the art of interviewing. Nobody was better than him.
Big names queued up to be interviewed by a man almost as famous as they were.
He's one of those very, very rare people with whom you could tell the history of the last 50 years in terms of the people he's met, the people he's interviewed, and the programmes he's done.
And remarkably, his fame lasted a lifetime.